Hi, good morning guys. My name Diego Lanastiawan. I'm MBA at IPMI International Business School Jakarta. Now I will present and telling my journey about corporate finance. The program facilitator, Mr. Prof. Roy Sembel, MBA, PhD, CSA, Professor Distinguished Chair for Finance and Investment, IPMI International Business School Jakarta. The development of a business requires the richness of internal aspect in facing the company's external environment, which is quite progressive. One of them, when the company will try to compete and reach a wider market, the company will definitely need a large enough capital from the lenders and hope that there will be an increase in income every year to get profit for the company. However, in obtaining a large enough capital, there are many things that need to be considered, especially the company financial condition in recent years. The journey of corporate finance at IPMI International Business School consists of financial management and time values of money, and then capital budgeting, analyze and securities and investment, capital structure and corporate structure, fraud, risk management and issues in finance, dividend and international finance, and the last but not least, event analysis and portfolios performance and evaluation. What is financial management and time value of money? That is optimal orchestration of internal and external finance resource toward significant and sustainable value creation. And how to manage of the financial corporate? And the first, manage of capital structure that consists of debt and equity and the firm of performance. And firm performance of the company consists of size of the company, earning per share, return on asset, return on equity, and marketing. Working capital management consists of cash management. From cash, the company can buy off the raw material and inventory. The company making of the goods until finished and account receivable of the company will manage it. And then asset management that will focus on people, process and technology. After that, focus for development of the business model, focus on operating optimization of the company, focus the data and the technology and strategy planning. And the next, revenue management that's focused to optimization of the asset, pricing strategy to compete with the competitor, and the focus for cash management and customer. And then cost management, how to manage of the cost. That is for primary phase consists of resource planning, cost estimating, cost budgeting, and cost control. For the next, cash flow management. Usually, the company will focus on rate of return, optimization of asset, analysis of the cash flow and project, money and investment and business. And the next, growth management. It's the company have a target to grow year on year to compete with the competitor in the industry. And the last but not least, risk management. And the company must aware about risk, identify of the risk, evaluate of the procedure every period to control of the risk, implementation of the SOP of the company and monitor of the business. For the company to manage of the financial corporate, the company must comply with good corporate governance to avoid principal agent problem. that consists of transparency, accountability, responsibility, independency, and fairness. Prof. Rancaran have a 5 business model essential, that is cash, profit margin, velocity, growth, and customer focus. For the next slide, we'll learn about capital budgeting, that is planning process for investment in long-term assets. And how the application of time value of money that consists of, and the first mortgage and car loan payments, and the second life insurance, and the next personal financial planning, and the next time deposit, contract values, damage in court case, and then investment values, capital budgeting, and the last but not least, company values. That is the concept of capital budgeting. And the first, estimate expected future cash flow. And the second, evaluate the project based on capital budgeting evaluation criteria. And then decide whether or which project is good or bad. Capital budgeting method. There are 4 methods. The first, payback period, a return on investment capital through profit or profit within a certain period of time. But payback period have a weakness, and the first subjective, and the second not consider time value of money, and the next not consider required rate of return, and the next not consider all cash flow from the project. And the second, net present value, that is the difference between the present value of a number of cash flow in and compare with the current value of cash flow out in a certain period of time. And then profitability index, that is method of calculating project feasibility by comparing the present value of the cash flow value with the investment value of the project. Accept the project if the score of profitability index more than 1, and reject the project if the score profitability index less than 1. And then internal rate of return, a metric used in financial analysis to estimate the profitability of potential investment. Accept the project if internal rate of return more than required rate of return, and then reject the project if internal rate of return less than required rate of return. Analysis of securities and portfolio investment. When we an investor, we must know about the mission. We want to passive investing or active investing. If become a passive investing, we just follow the market, that's enough. If become an active investing, we can analysis of the market. And active investing must know fundamental analysis, quantitative macro industry firm and the competitor, and the second technical industry, stock selection for long-term or short-term, and market timing, and the last, market or investor sentiment. That's our tools financial assessment, and the first profitability, that consists of return on asset and return on equity, and the second liquidity, that consists of current asset and quick ratio, and the third activity, that consists of total asset turnover and total fixed asset turnover, and the fourth leverage, that consists of debt to asset ratio and debt equity ratio, and the last market ratio consists of dividend yield and payout and the price earning ratio. 5 indicator financial healthy or not healthy. And the first, natural level, current ratio more than 1, and the second, quality number of current ratio and quick ratio condition, and the third, historical trend, that is getting better or worse, and the fourth, industry benchmark, that's above or below average, and the fifth, decomposition, that consists of DuPont analysis. For technical analysis method, we can learn and observe from And the first, momentum versus reversal, and then we can know from trend, uptrend or downtrend, and then support, resistance, and then gap, common, breakaway, measuring, exhausting gap, and then from triangle, symmetric, asymmetric, and then double bottom, double top, head and shoulder, and etc. The Warren Buffett tenet. The first, business tenet, no fundamental of the company, and the second, management tenet, GCG reduce principal agent problem, and the third, financial, how the profit and cash flow of the company, and the fourth, market tenet, how the market condition of the company and the competitor. Capital structure theory. Assumption: no transaction cost, no taxes, everyone has same information and borrowing rate. Debt is riskless, debt does not affect operation. A benefit of debt financing is that interest is tax deductible, whereas payments to equity providers are not. Firms must trade off this benefit against the increased financial risk associated with higher debt levels. Process integral financial distress. Every company must to prevent of the financial condition. Process integral financial distress consists of from early impairment and then deterioration of the performance and the cash flow problem and the failure and the default, insolvency until bankruptcy. Outcome financial distress. There are two outcomes, and the first, permanent problem that consists of private liquidation and file for legal bankruptcy, and the second, turnaround opportunity that consists of operation restructuring, asset restructuring, and then financial restructuring. And the financial restructuring consists of private workout and file for legal bankruptcy. That is outcome of financial distress. And how to survive and transform the business. And the first, stop the bleeding. And the second, management focus to financial restructuring. And the third, temporary pivoting. And the next, management start from strategic realigning. And the next, redefining core business for create revenue and profit. And the last but not least, new ways of doing business and compete aggressive with competitor in the market. And how to restructuring corporate structure. And the first, capital structure, lower debt to equity ratio. And the second, working capital management, that consists of permanent versus non-permanent current asset, and then choice of working capital financing. And the next, asset structure, reduction of fixed asset ratio. And the next, revenue management, higher portion of recurring revenue. And the next, cost management, lower fixed cost portion. And then cash flow management, focus on 5 principles of cash management. And then growth management, focus on organic and partnership growth. And the last, risk management, lower risk appetite. After we learn about financial restructuring, we must know about fraud risk management. That is the process of assessing fraud risk within your organization and then developing an anti-fraud program that stops any fraudulent activity before it happens. Occupational fraud and abuse. The first, corruption. Corruption is a form of dishonesty or a criminal offense which is undertaken by a person or an organization which is entrusted with a position of authority in order to acquire illicit benefit or abuse power for one's private gain. And the second, asset misappropriation, that is fraud happen when people who are entrusted to manage the asset of an organization steal from it. Asset misappropriation fraud involves third parties or employees in an organization who abuse their position to steal from it through fraudulent activity. It can also be known as insider fraud. And the third, fraudulent statements. Fraudulent financial statements is an intentionally misstatement of the financial statement. There are several factors affecting the evidence of fraudulent financial statement report. Fraud triangle. The fraud triangle is a model commonly used in auditing that aims to explain why an employee decided to commit fraud in the workplace. Auditors often refer to the fraud triangle when they review the risk of the fraud in an organization. Fraud triangle consists of perceived pressure, perceived opportunity, and the rationalization. And how to manage fraud risk management. The company can do developing of the whistleblowing system. The whistleblowing system is act of reporting misconduct to managers, executives, or other authorities with the power to take correction action. The whistleblowing system tool to empower employees to identify wrongdoing and to protect the integrity of the organization. Foreign exchange market allows currency to be exchanged in order to facilitate international trade or financial transaction. Has evolved from the gold standard to agreement on fixed exchange rate to a floating rate system. The gold standard is a monetary system where a country currency or paper money has a value directly linked to gold. With the gold standard, country agreed to convert paper money into fixed amount of gold. After we talk about foreign exchange market, we must know currency future and option market. Currency future contracts specify a standard volume of a particular currency to be exchanged on a specific settlement date. They are sold on exchange unlike forward contract. Currency or put option give the right to buy or sell a specific currency at a specific price called the strike or exercise price within a specific period of time. And now we learn about call versus put. A call option gives the holder the right to buy a stock, and a put option gives the holder the right to sell a stock. Think of a call option as a down payment on a future purchase. So we can look at the process, how it works for call and how does it work put. Dividend policy. A dividend policy is the policy a company uses to structure its dividend payout to shareholder. Some researchers suggest the dividend policy is irrelevant in theory because investors can sell a portion of their shares of portfolio if they need the fund. Stock return. The total return for a stock includes both capital gains or losses and dividend income, while the nominal return for a stock only depicts its price change. Investors should also consider whether the risk involved with a certain investment is something they can tolerate given the real rate of return. That is the formula of stock of return. That is the formula financing profitable capital investment. If we retain earning for profitable investment, dividend yield will be zero. but the stock price will increase, resulting in higher capital gain. And how about paying dividends? That is formula of paying dividends. If we pay dividends, stockholder receive an immediate cash reward for investing, but the capital gains will decrease since this cash is not invested in the firm. So, dividend policy really involves two decisions, and the first, how much of the firm earnings should be distributed to shareholder as dividends, and the second, how much should be retained for capital investment. Is dividend policy important? There are three viewpoints, and the first, dividend are irrelevant, and the second, high dividend are best, and the last, low dividend are best. Hi guys, thanks for watching my video. I just sharing about my journey in corporate finance MBA IPNI International Business School with facilitator Professor Roy Sembel. I hope you can learn from my video, and don't forget, let's join with IPNI because I get many knowledge, new insight, new overview about business, and that's applicable to implement for the business strategic. So I'm Diego Lanastiawan, see you and bye-bye.